Today we're going to install some factory fog lights on the Silverado. And a few days early, my fog lights arrived. On both of them I went and siliconed the top edge and the sides with some outdoor window caulk, so it goes on white, will dry clear, and that'll give me just a little bit extra sealing, just because the little inlaid butyl tape or whatever they use to hold the lens on doesn't really look perfect all the way around, and I don't want to risk these getting messed up right away after I install them. They also came with all the hardware that I'm going to need to put them on. And with that, let's go pull the bumper off. So after a little bit of debating and looking under the truck, I think I'm actually going to have enough room to install these without removing the little bottom valence piece here. But if you wanted to take it off, all the way around the bottom edge of the bumper, it's going to be these plastic clips. We're just going to go through and pop all of those off. And with those removed, this bottom valence part where the fog lights mount should pop right off. So I'm going to leave mine on. I'm going to grab a Dremel and cut out this innermost line here on both the driver and passenger side. So I've revised what I was originally planning on doing, and instead I'm using a torch and a knife and just melting through the plastic. Alright, once you get your cutout cleaned up to your liking, go ahead and install these clips. Clips go in through the back hole, and then slide forward, so that way the threaded part is in line with the little hole there. Then you can take your fog light lens, stick the plastic on top of the metal bumper, and then drop your bolt through the hole in the fog light lens and thread it in. With both of the fog lights installed, we can take out the old bulb, or I mean it's a new bulb, but the halogen bulb that came with it. And we can grab our new LED ones from JW Motor. This kit came with H11s as well as 9005 bulbs. H11s seem to be more universally used as fog light bulbs, but the lenses that I bought came with 9005 halogens in them. So I'm just going to put the 9005 LEDs in their place. When you put your new LED bulbs in, make sure that they are oriented straight up and down like so, and then we can plug in the harness that we made earlier. Because I'm waiting on all of my other parts, what I've done so far is just made the harness. Here we have the connector that is going to plug into the passenger side fog light, 9005 connector end, and then 70 inches down the line, we have the split for the driver side fog light bulb. And this breakout here is just the red and the black wire from this connector, as well as the red and black wire from the other side soldered together. And about 2.5 feet up this harness here, I have the black wire breaking out so I can ground it somewhere. I put a ring terminal on it, but odds are this is going to get cut down quite a bit. Continuing down the harness about 2.5 more feet, the red wire that is going to get the connector into the fuse box. With the bulbs properly oriented, you can plug in the harness and tie it up somewhere out of the way on both sides. Then you can run your harness to a grounding point and find a way that you're happy getting this red wire into the fuse box. In my case, I have run the harness down right alongside the headlights. And then I have tied it up right here, just in case I have a little extra that won't cause any slack where it can like dip down and touch the road or drag on something I drive over. For my ground wire, I did have a different set of fog lights at one point grounded to the fender here, so I just reused that hole. And then my red wire is run in this little clip with the washer, fluid hose, and the hood latch release cable is tied to them. It'll dip down underneath the fuse block cover and up into one of these pins on this relay that isn't there yet. Here I have my terminal crimped onto my wire. The crimp kind of looked like garbage since the crimper I have isn't exactly perfect for these. So I soldered it on as well just to make sure this pin is making good contact with the wire and not going to fall off. And with that done, you can lift the top part of the fuse block out from the bottom part. There's 2 little plastic hooks there. One right here on the left side, and one right here on the right side. And with the whole fuse block disconnected like that, you're going to pick it up and unscrew this green block right there. That bolt in the green connector is a 7mm. You just loosen it and keep loosening it until the whole connector kind of starts to pop out like that. And once it's kind of loosened, you can give it a little bit of swaying. And then the same thing here on the right side. It doesn't take much at all to get that off. It's just impossible to do and have the camera record it. But once the connector is out, you're gonna have to pull this blue lock out. The easiest way to get it started is to come on the back side and just push this tab in. And there's the locking tab out. And then on the connector, your new red wire, or whatever color you used, is going to go just one to the left of the existing red wire. The pin is only going to fit in one way. It's going to match the pins that are already in there. So the tab part is going to face you. As you can see, the cable seal in here was absolutely useless since the other wires don't use it, but whatever, it's on there. With the red wire in its new home, you can go ahead and put your lock tab back in and then remount the green connector into the fuse block. Once that green connector is back in and tightened down, you can go ahead and snap the fuse block into its old home in the bottom cover. And with the fuse block snapped back into place, you can put the top cover back on the fuse block, and then you would install another 8567 relay into the hole right there that has nothing in it. Unfortunately, I do not have that relay in yet. It's still in the mail, so I'm just going to steal the horn relay right here, pop it in there just to test the fog lights, make sure everything's working correctly. Now that we got our fuse block all sorted, we have one last piece of the puzzle before these fog lights are going to work, and that is replacing this module here with one that has a button for the fog lights. To start the switch replacement, we're going to put the steering wheel all the way down and then pop off your dashboard. To pop off the dash, you just pull it out. To make it easier on yourself, turn the key on, put the truck all the way down into like 1, and then you'll have room to actually pull the dashboard off. And with the dashboard off, your switch is exposed. As you can see by looking at the new one, there is a clip on the top and on the bottom, and that's exactly how you're going to pull the old one off. You can use a screwdriver, pull that tab down, and that tab right there up. Once it snaps free, it'll pull out far enough for you to unplug it. With the old one unplugged, you can plug in your new one. Just in case this is like a faulty unit or something, I'm going to test it before I snap it all back together. Obviously, to test it, turn the key on and then push the button. Hopefully when you push the button, you got some fog lights. And with the fog lights tested, you can go ahead and reassemble your dashboard. Snap the button back into place, push your dashboard back into place, put the truck in park and make it stop making that noise, and then set your steering wheel back to where you had it and enjoy driving at night and being able to see. Here's the fog lights with the low beams, just the low beam, and just the fog lights.